grinding coffee beans with a grinding machine. But how you grind the coffee beans, it's very important. This takes a lot of practice because if you grind the coffee beans too fine and when it's compacted, the hot water will be very difficult to flow through the coffee powder, and as a result the water will stay too long within the coffee powder and you will get a very bitter coffee.
If it is too fine.
If it is too fine. But what if it is too coarse? The water will be passing through the coffee powder too fast that you won't be able to extract the flavor and the aroma out of the coffee powder. So that's why I can't exactly tell you how fine the coffee powder has to be. It takes a lot of trial and error. You have to really grind, do the setting every day, and then as a barista, you have to really taste the coffee to determine what is the exact size of the coffee powder.
My own personal liking is?
My own personal liking, it depends whether you like it more bitter or more watery. So you have to adjust the grinder as based on your own preference.
Yes, my own personal preference
my
is?
My own personal preference will be more bitter.
More bitter. So therefore I
make it finer to retain the water within the powder longer. The second step would be the extraction of the coffee. Once you have the coffee powder grinded, you in a pot filter, you have to fix it into an espresso machine. And how do you extract the coffee from the coffee powder? It's actually forcing hot water through high pressure into the coffee powder. And what you would get is espresso with a layer of caramel. We call it a caramel because it is the most important part of an espresso, and because it carries the flavor, the aroma. It will be a one layer of a brownish layer on top of the coffee, and normally the ideal extraction takes about between 23 seconds to 28 seconds. So this is very closely related to the powder size, which I have mentioned in the first step. If it's too fine, then it will be longer than 28 seconds and you won't be able to get a very good extraction. If it's too coarse, then it will be lesser than 23 seconds and you won't be able to get a good cup of coffee as well.
Wow, I didn't know it's so technical.
Yeah.
23 to 28 seconds, yeah? The ideal one, the range 23
to
28.
Yeah.
Not less, not more, eh?
Not less, not more.
I didn't know
so
this.
for beginners, I suggest you to use a timer and time and adjust the setting of your grinder so you can stay between this
23 to 20.
suggested range of time, extraction time.
Wow.
So the third step would be frothing your milk. To get a good cup of cappuccino latte, you need to have a good milk. So the milk has to be cold, fresh from the refrigerator, and you have to pour it in a stainless steel pitcher, kept cold as well.
Wait, milk or creamer?
Milk.
Not
Fresh
creamer?
milk, no.
Oh,
This is the expensive coffee.
you use milk.
Yes, fresh
Oh,
milk.
okay.
Coffee bean Starbucks, they use milk.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You need a cold milk and a stainless steel cold milk jug.
Why stainless steel?
That I'm not sure why, but it has to be.
It has to be stainless steel.
Yeah, I think maybe it's something to do with the milk content, not to degrade the milk or something.
Or if it's not stainless steel, then corrosive. What is
Yeah.
it?
Contamination.
Plastic?
Maybe. Because you will be heating the milk.
Oh,
As I said, so the thing to do is to place in what you are trying to do when you frothing the milk is you are trying to inject air into the milk to heat it up to a temperature between 55 degree to 60 degree, and also to inject air to create foam to make the texture, to create a very silky and a thicker texture. So the required temperature will be between 55 to 60. For beginners, I advise you to use a thermometer to measure the temperature of the milk. And the final step, the last step, would be to pour the milk into the espresso.
It's like producing crude oil. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Right, 3 steps only.
Yeah. Number 4?
Number 4 is to pour the milk, the froth milk, into your espresso that you have extracted from step 2. So in order not to damage the caramel layer on top of the espresso, because you wanted to drink the first taste, the aroma, you don't want to damage the aroma to spoil the taste of the coffee. So you have to pour your milk very slowly into the espresso. To do it takes
Slowly.
a lot of, slowly. You have to place your milk jar really close to the coffee, and then slowly pull it far apart, so as not to spoil the caramel layer on top of the coffee. And of course, from here, once you have all this practice, and of course you can go further to the other class, which is to do some latte art, coffee art, but that takes a lot of practice as well. So ladies and gentlemen, I urge you all to follow these 4 important steps, which is the first, grinding the coffee beans, which takes a lot of practice. You have to taste whether to make it a fine coffee powder or a coarse coffee powder based on your own preference.
Okay.
The second is to extract the coffee from the coffee powder. The setting point is between 23 to 28 seconds. The third step is to froth the milk and maintain a temperature between 55 to 60 degrees. And number 4 is to pour the milk to the coffee. So follow these 4 important steps, and I'm sure you'll be able to produce a very good cup of coffee
That you will enjoy.
Thank you.